going to clean all of this up.
There we are. One's come back. One's rearming.
Lives up to your expectations, mate. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Should be a good time, Lord Dionysus.
Whoa, just for a moment, Zach. Now, I can recognize an invite when I see one, man. And this is definitely, almost certainly, some sort of invite. One for me and one for everybody else, it looks like here. Oh, I'm excited. That is something really special, I can tell.
Let's liven things up. Yes.
Ready yourself, Asterius, my friend, for our most hated enemy has come to challenge us again before this loving crowd.
I don't understand this place at all. How is it you're still champion after all this time? After losing repeatedly and often, I mean.
What would you know of it? There's more, much more to being a champion than empty victories. It is a way of thought, a bearing, a certain dignity which you shall never have. Thank you, my fellow Shades! Show him! Counter strike!
Meg!
Let's even this up.
Keep going.
not to shut him up. Thank you for your support, my shade.
Might help.
And check. Gods grant me a swift satyr sack. That's quite a stash there, Charon.
Use this.
Hello.
to keep going.
More snake stones. No, no! I can't get used to that.
Hello? I know that look. Why, that's the look of someone just incinerated by a snake stone, am I right? They spit a whole bunch of those white-hot, flesh-burning beams right at the same time there, don't they?
Indeed.
Ah, tough luck.
Always wanted to ask you something, Father. Whose skull is that there on your shoulder? If it's not too personal.
I did not chronicle all Typhon's wretched offspring, boy. No one did. Some of them sit upon our shoulders now, lest we forget that things could easily have turned out rather differently, and much, much worse.
So these are just the remains of the spawn of the most hideous monstrosity of all time, which you and your brother slew, got it? I guess putting the dead in their place is all part of the job. I can hardly imagine what it was like before you and the Olympians took charge.
You're better off.
Orpheus, the distant memory you gave me. It's a bit of your past with Eurydice in there, isn't it? I'm grateful, but why give me such a precious gift as that?
I'm glad you like it, Zagreus. Some memories are cherished, yes, indeed. But there can come a point where they provide more benefit to others than ourselves. Don't you agree?
I guess I can see that. Cheers. What's for breakfast? Dinner, maybe? Done deal. I'll take it. Here's the gemstones. I could use that. Your diamonds. Just what I was looking for. Here, sir. To you and to Patroclus. May the remainder of eternity more than make up for everything it took for you to come this far.
Oh, thank you, lad. Prince. Zagreus. You really oughtn't to have. In fact, I shall accept this from you once again, but not a bottom more.
Really? I mean, I meant no offense, of course. It's just, I thought you enjoyed this stuff, no?
We do enjoy it, quite a bit, in fact. But in Elysium, it's something to be earned more than accepted, and, well, perhaps in being there, a bit of our old pride is coming back.
Well, good. You have much to be proud of, Achilles. You're a great warrior, a great instructor, great friend.
If indeed I've something to be proud of, lad, is that someone such as you can say a thing like that to me and mean it.
I mean it. Achilles, I've revealed the hidden aspect of the Heartseeker. Lady Artemis herself told me the words, and it seems Coronach belonged to, maybe will belong to, somebody called Rama, peerless with the bow, even among gods.
Many lay claim to peerlessness with bows in my experience there, lad, although I'm not to judge a vision from an ancient weapon such as that. I hope this Rama shall use his weapon wisely when the time comes, same as you.
I have this feeling that he will. Darkness, give me strength. Maybe this. Can't afford that. Okay. Malphon? Nothing. Grant me the aspect of Beowulf.
Ah, yeah, that's the stuff. Please, pal. Boyo. Go again?
Excellent.
goddess of cold and death go hand in hand, I do suppose.
That's a new one. Again.
Uncle Poseidon. All right, here goes. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Uncle Poseidon, hope you can make this out.
What's this, nephew? Why isn't this a note? Or part of one addressed to me, but it appears there should be other pieces for the others here. Ah, it's like a sunken treasure then, which means I must seek its mysteries at once.
That was the last of the invitations. Just need to tell Mother once I get home.
Enter the abyss. You are back. I am amused to see you once again.
Collect. Limitless darkness.
Good enough to eat. switch to a new effect. May I help you? Just in time. By the three fates. It's just the edge I need. Drawn tight. Time for a change. Oh, this place.
Noble cousin, I shall be keen to see you circumvent the perils that the fates arranged for you this time.
Your wisdom guide me. What is it now?
You cannot escape.
You're gone. Finally. That's a bite. Hellfish. Right. Look what I found. By my birthright. Delicious. Extra blessing. Oh, hi.
Time to spill it for me once again, Red Blood. Ready, sisters? Stay there. stood a chance.
Ugh, more Fury Sisters than I bargained for.
Whoa!
Mother.
Zagreus.
It's done, Mother. Father, the invitations. Personally sent to everyone with whom I've been in contact. So what do we do now?
Excellent, Zagreus. Congratulate him, Hades. On a job well done.
Persephone, how can you be so certain your request was executed to your satisfaction?
It's known as trust, Hades. Or faith. They're similar. Try one sometime. It'll be good for you. As for what we do next, why, we've a great big feast we must prepare.
This house is not a suitable location for such guests. Dionysus alone shall bring ruin to this place. Or... the faith thing that you said.
Yes, good. Now then, we have a lot of work to go around. So why don't we call everyone on staff and let them in on this, and dole out suitable responsibilities, all right?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thus did all of Olympus journey deep into the underworld, all together for the very first time. The Queen Persephone revealed herself in all her splendor, much to their surprise, and told them everything she indicated to her son. She eloped with Grim Lord Hades, she said, mothering a fire-stepping prince who sought to reconnect with his extended family. Hades and Persephone at first refused his wish, but so moved were they by his relentless struggles to the surface that at last they decided to heed their willful Zagreus and reach out, for his and everybody's sake. The Olympians listened to all this in stunned silence. Then Zeus himself began to laugh. "Welcome back into the family," he said. After the shock subsided, the festivities began.
I say, big brother, you and your better half put on a positively smashing night. It's a relief for all of us, knowing Persephone is safe and sound. And mother to as noble of a son as my good nephew there.
Well, little brother, the Queen and I, in turn, appreciate you all taking time out of your doubtless busy lives to come all this distance to my house. I'm certain it is very modest in comparison to Mount Olympus, but I trust that you were suitably entertained.
Oh, of course, Hades. Now then, farewell, and let us keep in better touch from here.
Farewell indeed, Lord Zeus.
When finally the great feast ended, all the Olympians returned to their mountain abode, fully satisfied. As for the house of Hades, it required thorough cleansing, from the rafters to the floor. Such revelry, of course, is unbecoming of the name of Hades, and the fearsome reputation of the underworld. For if mortals were to have no fear of death, then they would have no fear of anything at all. A well-kept family secret, then, this would live on to be.
Whew. I'd say that went about as well as could have been expected. And the cleanup wasn't all that bad. For the most part.
We're fortunate Uncle Zeus seemed to catch on right away and went along with it. But this whole elaborate tale you spun... I remember how hurt I felt when I found out Father lied to me about you. Now we're lying to Olympus. What if they find out? Even if they don't, I don't like it.
Zagreus, I may not be an expert, but here's what I've come to understand about how families work. At least our own. The thing is, how we speak to one another is even more important than the words we use. I think, deep down, everyone in our family knows this.
You're saying they all knew you weren't being perfectly honest and went along with it anyway. I guess the pomegranate thing in particular was a bit of a stretch.
The common ground in our family is that we want peace. Besides Ares, though even he would rather the conflict occur elsewhere. That elaborate tale, it's less a deception and more a concession. A way of saying, let's move on from the past and start anew. No hard feelings.
You don't have hard feelings? What about Father? What about Demeter?
Well, let's see. My hard feelings are nothing next to the joy of having my son in my life. Your father never imagined his relationship with me could be out in the open. And my mother, she's just glad I'm alive.
And Uncle Zeus is glad things didn't turn out worse for him. I get the sense he acts a bit impulsively at times and deals with the consequences later.
What can I tell you, Zagreus? We're family. You've said it yourself to me before. We're stuck with one another. That any of us like each other in the slightest. It's a wonder and a blessing, I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Thanks, Mother. Think I'll be heading out again soon. See you when I get back.
Sounds good. I'll see you then.
Those spices working out all right. Here's the catch of the day. Totally worth it. You trying to fleece me here?
It was a privilege to meet your relatives at last, child. Athena, Ares, and the rest. Confronted face to face, they were much more agreeable than I expected. A night we shall remember, was it not?
A memorable night it was indeed, Nyx. For most of us, at least. Dionysus, he won't remember any of it, I don't think. But it was really good to see everyone having a good time. Getting along as though they didn't hold a grudge. So then we're clear, I think.
Persephone told them everything they needed to hear. Sometimes that is the only way with family. Though the Olympians, they are prone to their misunderstandings, are they not? This state of kinship may not last eternally.
Well, let's enjoy it while it does, I guess.
A sound idea.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose.